Hello ladies, today I'm going to be showing you how to do this little 3D Santa. So if you want to see how I did this, just keep watching. Okay, so I'm still going to be making it on the stamper that I used last time, and I'm still using the same size brush. It's very small. Alright, and we're going to start off using this little red acrylic powder. I might turn this light off. There we go. And it's from the same set that I showed y'all in the last tutorial. And I'm also going to be using a white acrylic powder, and I'm going to be using this one. This is a neutral pink, and it's a neutral pink, and it's also opaque. So we're going to be using that for Santa's face. The first thing that we're going to do is make his hat. So I'm going to pull up a red bead. Always have to grab a little bit more. Okay, and we're going to let that set up. I've noticed about these acrylic powders that I bought off Amazon, they tend to be really sticky, so you really got to let them set up good before you can start manipulating them. Okay, now the bead is set up and we're going to start shaping it. So we're going to flatten it out. I'm going to flatten out the bottom here for Santa's head. I'm going to start kind of cutting into it a little bit and start maneuvering it around a little. We'll make this one come out to this side. That wind is really blowing outside. Now see, I'm trying to pull it over to a little bit of a point over here because I'm going to add more acrylic right there. And it can be a wetter bead. So we're going to put it right there. Kind of drag it out a little bit. Because Santa's got to have the little tail on his hat so we can put the little white bow. Right, there we go, and that's the base of Santa's hat. Okay, now I'm going to pull up my bead of natural pink. And like I said, it's opaque, so you can't see through it. Pull up a little bit more. And we're just going to flatten this bead because that's going to be his face. Like that. Then the fun part is doing his beard. It's like on the other one that I showed you, right here, his beard has some texture and you can also see his little mustache. So that's what we're going to go for. So I'm going to take my white acrylic, pick up a bead of it, and we're going to start putting it down here. And right now I'm just spreading this acrylic out to kind of give me a rough shape of where I want it. And then I also kind of pulled it up on the sides a little bit here, not sticking out too far. But see, kind of makes the side of his beard right there, all the way up to his hat. what I do is I kind of, on it, I kind of, you know, kind of texturize it a little bit. As it starts to set up more, I'll texturize it some more. I'm going to stick some right here because I'm going to make a mustache. And I want to be able to see that. So I'm sticking just a little bead, and I start out with a really small one. That way I can add more to it instead of starting off with one that's too big. So what I'm going to do is I'm going in there and I'm kind of opening it up like you would a flower. If you're doing a flower petal. And I'm just shaping it ever so slightly to look like his mustache. Like that. Turn it a little. Just like that. And his beard's a little lopsided, so I'm going to add a little bit more to this side over here. There we go. So there's his beard. Then we're going to go ahead and do the fluff around the top of his hat. And I just pull up another bead and I'm just dragging it across. Clean it up off his little face. Make sure you have room to put his eyes. And then we're just going to take one more bead. And we're going to put it right there. And we'll let that set up, and then we'll do his eyes. Okay, it's sat up enough, and I got 2 colors of acrylic paint. I got a light blue and a black, and I just have a dotting tool. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to pick up, I'm going to dot his eyes with the blue. And then I'm taking the smaller end of the dotting tool, and I'm actually going to put little pupils in there, kind of looking off to the side, because you don't want them dead in the center, because then it looks like he's scared or something. Like that. Well, let's get to focus. There we go. And that's how I do an acrylic Santa. So thanks for watching, and I hope you enjoyed.